Welcome back to the TKO show. Today I'm just making a video about what the hell is happening with the Pacers. I'm from Indiana. I've been a Pacers fan my entire life. And for a team that is as good as it is and that has as much potential that it has, these past couple games have been awful. I don't know what it is. It's basically since the All-Star break, I believe, starting on the 26th with the game against the Raptors, a home game for the Pacers that they should have won. They ended up losing to the Raptors 130 to 122. That is not a game that we should have lost. The Pacers are a lot better team than that, and I don't understand how you lose a game like that. Really, the only thing that stands out in the box score is Haliburton. He is really who I've kind of identified as the problem in these past four games and the games that I'm going to be talking about in this. In this game against the Raptors on the 26th, he had 9 points and 7 assists in 32 minutes. I don't mind if he's not getting 10 points a game, if he's not in double figures for points. We have a lot of scorers on the team. We don't need him to score. But when he is not in double digits in assists, when he is under 10 assists, we tend to lose. And 7 assists is bad for him. He averages, I believe it's around 12 assists a game. Yeah, 11.3 assists per game. And to get under 10 is really when the Pacers start to struggle. And I don't know if defenses are just adapting to him and saw something in film that they're starting to exploit late in the season and starting to lock him down, or if he's just scared to re-injure that hamstring that kept him out for about a month. But other than those two things, I don't really know what else it could be. It kind of seems, from watching him, it seems more mental than anything. He's too scared to, scoring-wise, he's too scared to make tough plays inside, because he's a very inside player. I know if you don't watch him that much and you just look at the box score, it doesn't seem like he'd be an inside player, but he goes to the rack quite a bit. Yeah, he shoots a lot of threes, but still, he's more of an inside guy. And I think he's avoiding going to the rack a lot because he doesn't want to re-aggravate that hamstring. And who knows what it could be. But in the game against the Pelicans, you could tell, because they won, it's a home game against the Pelicans 2 days later, you could tell that Haliburton, who played 34 minutes, you could tell that either the defense kind of was backed off a little bit and playing how teams had been playing him all season, because he had 17 points and 13 assists. So you could tell he either figured something out or he realized I'm be fine, I'm not going to re-injure anything. And at this point, as a fan, I was looking at that Raptors game thinking, oh, okay, it was just a fluke. Those happen. Nothing to worry about. Then, the very next day in New Orleans, or sorry, not the very next day, 2 days later, I forgot this is a leap year. In New Orleans, we got beat 129 to 102. Haliburton's stat line in 23 minutes, 0 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He was a minus 40. Why? How and why? You played them 2 days ago. What is different? What was different between then and now? What was Haliburton? What happened to Haliburton? I understand players go through cold streaks, but this this is only 4 games, and this seems to be a little bit more than just a cold streak. Because these aren't against top-level teams. The Raptors aren't a play-in team. Pelicans, I believe they're not a play-in team. I'm not 100% certain about that. But in the Spurs, one of the worst teams record-wise in the league. There's no reason why we should be losing to these teams. It just doesn't make sense why they would be losing. Especially, Haliburton has been balling out all season. And I don't understand what it is. Maybe it is just mental. Or maybe it is the Haliburton, or defense is just adapting to Haliburton and not allowing him to get off passes to his teammates. And the Spurs game from last night, a Spurs team who is 13-48, they're in last place in the West. Last place. They're the third worst team record-wise in the league, behind the Wizards and the Pistons. The Pistons might be the worst team in league history. And you're 4 games behind. You have 4 more wins than them, and the Pacers are losing to them. I don't understand. I understand you're going up against Victor Wembanyama, who, he's 7'5", and he is a phenomenal player, and I expected him to go off for 25 to 30 points, and he went off for 31. I expected him to get points because Miles Turner's a pussy and refuses to play defense and refuses to play in the paint. But it doesn't make sense why this team with so much potential and who was playing well going into the All-Star break, especially after getting Siakam and them starting to gel as a team, now coming out of the All-Star break, they're starting to slack off a little bit, and I don't know what it is. I've identified this entire video that Haliburton is a key part in it, of the Pacers losing these past 3 out of these past 4 games, losing them. But there has to be something else, and I can't put my finger on it. Siakam's playing well. He had 21 points last night. In the Pelicans win, he had 24. In the Raptors loss, he had 27. It's not Turner, because Turner's playing solid like he usually does. 16 points last night. Pelicans win, he had 14 points. Raptors loss, he had 16 points. It's not that. Our bench, really the only other thing that I have identified is in the Raptors game, Doug McDermott was playing. He played 5 minutes, not much. In that first Pelicans loss, Doug McDermott didn't play. In the Pelicans win, the Pelicans loss, he also didn't play. And last night, he didn't play. And Doug McDermott really isn't that great of a piece. He really isn't that great of a role player. So there's no reason why that should be the defining factor of why the Pacers are losing. So it's not that. T.J. McConnell had a great game last night with 26 points, doing what he usually does when the Pacers need him to step up. He steps up. Mathurin having an average game for him. That Raptors game, he had, I believe it was 34 points. The Pelicans win, he had 16. In the Pelicans loss, he had 13. Very average for him, so not him. I don't know what it is. I don't know. And it's frustrating as a fan not being able to, one, not being able to do anything about it, and two, watching them every single game and watching all this talent that we have and just watch them piss it away. It's frustrating. I don't know what they can do. But if you have any suggestions, just leave it in the comments. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. See you next time. Peace.